Welcome to the Love and Meaning Podcast, where inner work is a lifestyle. Welcome to the Love and Meaning Podcast. I'm your host, Chrystelle Robinson-Tiedemann. Today is a lesson in meaning, and I have a really simple, awesome tool for you to take away. So I love to use human design to support my clients and my community, my membership and collective perspective. I love to use the gene keys. I love to use internal family systems. I kind of mix and mingle between these tools. When it comes to self-discovery, I'll say it now and I'll say it again and I'll keep saying it. I don't think there's anything better than human design. So I highly recommend that every single person look up your human design. You need your birth information, so your birth time, your birth location, so your exact birth time, your birth date, and your birth location, so the city that you were born in. You can put it into plenty of different free engines, human design engines on the internet, and pull up your chart. I do highly recommend that you get a reading in order to fully understand your chart, because this isn't something that you just want to kind of be like, oh, that's cute. It's actually meant to give you highly practical, tangible ways to operate in your life, to bring about, to attract like the most ideal response from life that you can get is the best way to put it. Like it's basically a GPS for you as an individual person. We're often taught that we're all meant to operate the same. And I think that anybody who's taken 5 seconds to really look internally, they realize that that can't possibly be true, because we're so different than the people that are around us. There are things that people are naturally good at that you're not great at. There are things that you're great at that people aren't naturally good at. We have desires for certain things and people have other desires. We feel pulled towards certain things when people feel pulled towards other things. We use our energy in certain ways, and other people use their energy in different ways. Like even, some people are night people, some people are day people. Like there's so many variations in the way that human beings are, but we don't really give it enough attention that it deserves to in terms of figuring out really how do you operate so that you can operate the best as yourself, rather than trying to be like other people or emulate other people and then wonder why it's not working out for you the way it's working out for them. This is what human design gives you. And so the first thing that you'll learn in human design is your type. And what comes with your type is also something called your signature. Your signature is the way alignment, so ultimate flow or fulfillment, feels like to you, to your type. And it can seem almost like so simple that we want to like bypass it, but this tiny aspect of our design can actually have really profound changes if we take it into account on a daily basis, like on an everyday aspect of focusing on our lives from the lens of our signature. We can make pretty profound changes. Let me tell you what the signatures are. If you are a manifester, so that's the first type. If you're a manifester, your signature, or the way that you experience alignment or fulfillment, feels like peace to you. If you are a generator, fulfillment or alignment feels like satisfaction to you. If you're a manifesting generator, your signature is freedom. It's best described as freedom. And if you are a projector, your signature is success. I am a projector. And if you're a reflector, your signature is surprise. And this is what I've come to learn. So my practice with internal family systems, and if you want to learn a really amazing daily, what I like to call the self check-in, a daily process to start your day off feeling completely in charge, like you are in alignment with the way that you're walking through your day with intention, knowing exactly that your truest self. So when we say self and we're talking about internal family systems, it's actually 8 qualities. And these are the 8 qualities that you kind of want to be leading yourself in at all times. And those qualities are calm, curiosity, compassion, clarity, confidence, courage, connectedness, and creativity. And so there's a way that you can literally start your day off in self energy and walk throughout the day with that at the forefront. And it's been amazing. If you take my my program, the 15-day Rise and Shine Challenge, you'll see the final call there. You know, there are women that participated. Like the results were absolutely mind blowing. Just for 15 days, us walking, doing this practice. Anyways, so if you want to check that out, the link is in the show notes. But with internal family systems, one of the things that I've been working with my clients is bringing our unconscious selves into the conscious. And so when we start to have a conversation, we go within and we have a conversation with ourselves. We start to understand the unconscious programming that is running the show with us. And we want to start being conscious of the programming so that we're not surprised about what's showing up in our life. We'll actually have an understanding of where it's coming from. And then it also gives us the power to have different things show up in our life with intention. And so the thing is that when we're not conscious of what's going on underneath the surface, what I've come to realize is that our unconscious selves knows our design whether you do or not. So if you don't know anything about your human design, it doesn't mean that you're not still the design that you are. So there is an unconscious pull towards your signature. So whether you know about human design or not, and you're a manifester, unconsciously aspects of you are moving towards peace or doing their best to move towards peace. If you are a projector, but you don't know that, unconsciously, your aspects of you are moving towards success, but you're just not conscious of it. And the thing is that the unconscious parts of ourselves operate a lot like children. They operate like the more primitive aspects of ourselves. So they might be driving towards peace, towards satisfaction, towards success, but they're not necessarily doing it in the most aligned way or the most adaptive way. For example, satisfaction can feel like that chocolate bar that you said that you weren't going to eat, but your unconscious is really pulling you for a hit of satisfaction, so you just get the chocolate bar. Or you're pulling for a hit of satisfaction, so you just find yourself scrolling on your phone, to look for something funny or something really, really interesting, or to catch the tea on somebody. But the most aligned satisfaction that you could be going for is making that post, that call to action for your business on your social media. Or it can be continuing on that painting that you've been working towards, but maybe you're a little bit stuck in a certain area. So instead of just, sitting with it and moving through that stuck area and then feeling the satisfaction of that, you move for the quick satisfaction of the scrolling. So we are our designs whether we're aware of it or not. But when we bring it into our awareness, we don't actually look for just those like really cheap hits that kind of throw us off of our alignment path. We can instead choose with consciousness to put ourselves in alignment with our signatures on purpose and move towards what it is that we want. So what this looks like really, really simply, and I did this for myself yesterday, it was pretty mind-blowing because what happened was I was sick and I was on the couch and I'm not feeling well. And I felt my unconscious doing that thing where it's like, what are we going to do? We got to be productive. We have the day off because we're sick. So how are we going to make it work? Doesn't matter that we're sick. Let's make this work. We got to be successful. Like this push to like get a hit of success, even though that wasn't what was aligned for me. So I literally had a conversation with that part of me that was like lighting a fire under my ass. And I said, this is what we're going to do. Literally write it down. So I grabbed my planner and I wrote what success looks like for me today. Today. And then I wrote out what that looks like for me today in full conscious intentionality. And do you know what that looked like for me? It looked like watching an episode of Record of Youth, which is my favorite K-drama, under blankets with the dog on the couch. It looked like sending a thank you card. I was like, I have enough energy to do that. There's a thank you card that I need to send. Writing the thank you card. And then I also wrote, if you feel up for it, you can go live. The first thing that I'm going to do is take a shower. Literally wrote that down. I went into the shower. I came out of the shower and there was a ding on my phone. And it was a surprise. It was one of my mentors reaching out to me, offering me a gift to be a part of a program that they just created with another mentor that I also respect. And they both decided to offer someone in their community who they think would really utilize this to the best of their ability, offer joining this program for free. And she chose me. And 5 seconds ago, what I wrote down success looks like for me is watching a TV show, taking a shower, and maybe I can go live if it feels aligned. And boom, that put me into alignment with intention for my signature of success. Like, this is success for me, is being able to rest when I need to rest. That is also success. My unconscious self, my more primitive self, the childlike version of myself is like, no, we have to check a box because success looks like when the big boss, is able to, like, this is literally like the voice and the energy of my unconscious, like, God bless her, I love her, but it's a primitive aspect of ourselves. No, success can look like a lot of things, and it's being able to rest when you need to rest. And boom, as soon as I walked and stepped into that alignment, the universe really showed up with success. I was like, well, we have nailed success today. I just manifested not only an amazing, priceless opportunity with 2 mentors, but that's thousands of dollars also in value. That is what aligning with our signature looks like, with intention from our conscious mind. And so this is a really easy practice. Anybody can do this. In the morning, preferably after you've done your self-check-in. I seriously highly recommend it. It's in the show notes. After you've done your self-check-in, sit at your planner and write, if you're a manifestor, what does peace look like for me today? If you're a generator, what does satisfaction look like for me today? If you're a manifesting generator, what does freedom look like for me today? If you're a reflector, what does surprise look like for me today? And it can seem like, okay, reflector, surprise, how am I supposed to like bring that about? You don't have to choose a surprise. Obviously, that doesn't make any sense. But are you giving yourself the opportunities for surprise? So can you make sure that in your day there's a gap where you free wander in your neighborhood, or you go to the park, or, whatever that is in alignment with you, to give yourself an opportunity for surprise, so that your subconscious isn't looking for a surprise that, you might be surprised, but you might not love it. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of ways that we can surprise ourselves that are not necessarily adaptive. I don't know, like getting into some random man's car just because it's the end of the day, you didn't hit your surprise quotient for the day. Like, I'm slightly being funny, but honestly, I'm not. I'm not. There are a lot of ways that something can feel like a great idea, and it's not a great idea because we're not being conscious about the subconscious drives that we have based off of what our designs are. So, really simple practice. Just write it down. And the key is today. Our subconscious selves, these parts bless them, they don't always have the great timing. They don't have the most objective views. They also don't have the most mature views. So yes, for me, success, it means creating things. Yes, it means millions of dollars. These are the desires that I want. My dream house, dream car, all of these things. Yeah, those are my successes. But if every single day I focused on like, okay, these are the things that I want. I don't have it. Okay, how do we make a huge move that's going to bring us closer to that's all steeped in like anxiety and pressure, and success is a day-to-day thing. There is an overarching level of success, yes. But what does success look like today? What is the step that's appropriate and aligned for today? Sometimes that looks like resting, letting myself sit on the couch with the box of tissues and watch a show while I can, barely breathe with my congestion. So the key is today, because we're often looking for that like final place, which truly doesn't really exist because there is no final place. So we can so easily be focused on this ultimate view of a thing and make it so intangible that we feel like things are impossible, and that's when we start giving up on our dreams. It's also when we start telling ourselves all we focus on is where we're not, instead of focusing on where we are. We forget to be grateful. We forget to appreciate. We forget to really take into account every step that we have made. And also, it's not necessarily what's good for now. We want good for now and good for later. We want good for now and good for later. And so success, satisfaction, freedom, surprise, peace, these look different depending on the day. And from your conscious, from your highest self, you can make that decision. So very, very simple practice. Just write down, what does, and fill in the blank for whatever your signature is, look like for me today. And just line it up for yourself. Set it up for yourself in a realistic way that you can achieve that for that day, and just see the difference that it makes in your everyday life. This is how we take ownership of the meaning in our life. We don't leave it up to chance, and we don't leave it up to, we can leave it up. Let's leave the chance up to the universe colluding with this. Not leaving it up to chance like we've not done anything to actually set ourselves up for what it is that we desire. Like throwing our hands up just like, whatever, we'll see what happens. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. So this is how we really take meaning into our hands. This is radical responsibility. Just small steps like this. I would love for you to try it. Let me know what you think. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.